Well, Pepsi is trying to reinvigorate its flagship brand by going hip-hop, and Suzanne Vranica is here to tell us all about it. So Nicki Minaj is going to lead the way in the new battlefronts of the Cola Wars.
Yeah, look, Pepsi is definitely under pressure. That company needs a win so bad. So they're investing hundreds of millions of dollars in a new global marketing program. Some stuff is going to start rolling out next month in the U.S., and they've actually picked out Nicki to head it. The whole sort of strategy that they're going to is this sort of people of the now, which basically just means to me it's part of the DNA, right? They are the Pepsi generation. They've moved away from that. For the company at large, they've had so many marketing mishaps. There's so much pressure on this campaign. Analysts and bottlers have really been adamant that this company needs to reinvest in their flagship brand. And the company has come through. They've said they're going to invest another $600 million in marketing across their top brands, which means brand Pepsi. But at the same time, you've got Coke, who seems to be firing on all cylinders on creative and getting their advertising out there, and Pepsi struggled, so everybody's going to be watching these ads.
Is there any risk, though, that going with the Nicki Minaj is basically ceding an entire, like whole demographic categories to rival Coca-Cola? Because I got to tell you, Nicki Minaj ain't selling this boy a bottle of soda.
And that's why Nicki will only be a part of this campaign. She's going to be the first part of it that you're going to see. She's only going to be in the U.S. for now, and every market's going to sort of localize this effort. So they're going to get people that are artists, they're going to get people that are specialists in sort of DJ and music, and people that sort of can reach different demographics, but it's all going to be the same type of people that are just about on the cusp of that hitting the home run, right? Usually they're a little bit more high celebrity for Pepsi, but now it just seems to be, we're going to catch that moment. Look, if it doesn't work, they'll start over again and they'll go for another celebrity probably, but this is part of their DNA. This is how they work. It's how they've been. Anytime they've moved away from this particular plan, it really
hasn't worked for them. And in fact, they've worked with Michael Jackson before, Britney Spears. I mean, they have a long history of this.
Yeah, but look at those, look at those names. Who today quite qualifies as the equal of a Michael Jackson or a Britney Spears?
You could say Lady Gaga.
Okay.
Again, Lady Gaga. I might have bought a Michael Jackson album, not a Lady Gaga.
Maybe you're just not their target.
Maybe I'm just not.
Stick with Coke.
Maybe I should.
But this is really a huge. I mean, you said the first global marketing campaign. That was really surprising to me. That this is sort of a new initiative. That
look, I think every company, it's probably in more markets than they ever been, and that's the fact that all these companies are trying to look for more growth in overseas markets. Right? We get that, but no mistake about it. This push is all about the U.S. first, because this is where this brand needs to come back, and it has to go head-to-head with Coke again. And Coke, they're already answering. They're already increasing their spending. I mean, Pepsi doubled their spending last year, and they're still at around $40 million in the U.S. in ad spending, and Coke's up at 100. That's what investors are watching, because they know at the end of the day, it's all about the ad dollars that drive these brands off the shelf.
Is the expansion of the brands? I mean, there are multiple products on the shelf right now that have some kind of a Pepsi variation on them. Is the expansion of the brands and the multiplicity of options out there, does that dilute the flagship brand?
I think that's sort of secondary. What's really going on here is the category at large, right? Because soda is flat, period, and there's not much growth in there. So it's sort of a share game, and right now Coke's winning that share game. But to be sure, that's why PepsiCo is invested in all their healthy products. But that's why the company has been coming under pressure, because analysts and investors have been saying, you know what, you were paying too much attention to that product, and you're neglecting this flagship brand, which is still the majority of their profits.